The Fantastic Four movie is one of Marvel's most important movies that they've released in years. Even more so than Captain America 4. As we know, Captain America 4 will essentially set up and tease Avengers Doomsday and tease and kind of set up a new Avengers team. But we're in a multiversal saga, so we need a multiversal movie. So I think Marvel have done the right thing here and wait to drop the official trailer. I think DC dropped the ball and dropped their trailer for Superman way too early. They both come out in July. Everyone knows who Superman is. Didn't really need to drop the trailer so soon. I think they peaked by dropping the trailer far too early, and yeah, you could say it's a teaser trailer. So as we know, the first trailer for the Fantastic Four is due to come out sometime before the Super Bowl. Allegedly, there's a teaser trailer. Then we're going to get the real trailer at the Super Bowl. But what's interesting here is Marvel's actually shown off footage and a concept-like trailer in the summer at Comic-Con and at D23 later last year. So a lot of people have seen stuff, but it's not going to be any of the stuff that actually appears to be in the first trailer. So, yo, what is freaking good YouTube voice here if you're new around the have to never miss any Marvel, DC, Kaiju, Multiverse, pop culture based content that I try to deliver on a daily basis. Subscribe to channel, turn notifications on, let me know how freaking hyped are you for the Fantastic Four movie. It looks so freaking insane. I don't know, but it's got Franklin Richards. We're getting Galactus, so it's good I have to be insane. Also, check us out on Instagram at Warstu to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful voice. Right. To get into this video. So, it's worth saying, I've heard for a while, the last couple of weeks, there have been screen testings already for the Fantastic Four movie internally, so not many details have come out thus far yet. But the closer we get to the movie, the closer we get to actually knowing what happens in the test screening. Everything I've heard is very positive about this movie, but that's coming internally from Marvel, so that's neither here or there. So we know we're getting a trailer very, very soon. Now, this is Marvel's first family, so we know we've had other iterations of this in the Foxverse, and we know we technically had Chris Evans' Human Torch in Deadpool and Wolverine. So this is a really important movie for Marvel, so freaking important, because realistically, it's their last multiversal movie they're gonna put out before Avengers Doomsday. So you could see the likes of the Council of the Reed Richards, you could see Doctor Doom. There are rumors that Doctor Strange is going to be in this movie. As we already know a lot of information about this movie, we know they're not in their own universe. We know they're being pulled into a different universe. We know they're famous for being superheroes. So we know they're essentially going to have to be trying to get back to the main timeline. We know Galactus is a multiversal threat. We know Franklin Richards is going to be in this movie. And we also know a big part of this movie is the Fantastic Four coming to 616 essentially by or before Avengers Doomsday because of Franklin Richards' crazy, insane, powerful powers. So recently, information came out that reads like this. As you know, unless it comes from Marvel Studios themselves, it literally could be made up. The team disbands after the birth of Franklin Richards, but they come back together when the Silver Surfer arrives on Earth to warn them about Galactus. So it's previously been reported that the montage will show as the Fantastic Four previous adventures and the most iconic foes, only to reveal they are no longer a team and their celebrity status has been taken or has been taken a hit. So with this information coming out, it's interesting. They're going to skip the Fantastic Four origin, which makes sense for this movie to pick up at some point where the heroes are disbanded and they have to kind of come back together. It does sound a little bit generic in that sense. It really does. So that's the new information going around, that the team's going to break up and then they get back together at some point when the villain comes in. Now, I think Marvel's been more clever than Superman marketing is. We've seen a lot of first looks already without actually seeing anything. There's merchandise. Even in United States of England, there's literally merchandise. We have multiple Fantastic Four t-shirts out on Amazon. We have multiple looks of obviously Ben Grimm, of Sue Storm, of Reed Richards, of Johnny Storm, so on and so forth. But we don't really have enough. I mean, there is a leak. There is leak images, but We've had nothing official. So we're now in January. The movie comes out in July, which is 6-7 months, depending on what your semantics of what you want to say. So whenever we do get the first official trailer, this is going to break the internet, y'all. It really is going to break the internet. It really will. I'm not talking about trailer views. I'm talking about the amount of people talking about it. So we know this movie has a vibrant backdrop set in the 60s, a retro futuristic world, Marvel Studios, First Family, Reed Richards, Sue Storm, Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, Ben Grimm, The Thing. Forced to balance their hero roles with the strength of their family bond, they must defend Earth from a ravenous space god called Galactus. And he's voiced by Ralph. Ralph is an absolute legend. He was in The Office in England. He voiced the character in Final Fantasy. He's just an absolute legend. His enigma, Herald Silver Surfer, allegedly played by Julia Gardner. We haven't seen anything officially. And if Galactus' plan is to devour the entire planet and everyone on it wasn't bad enough, it suddenly gets very personal. So allegedly, Galactus actually wants Franklin Richards' powers. Now, we don't actually know why, so this is really cool, right? We know so much about this movie without actually knowing anything about this movie, which is insane. And that's why I think Marvel's been even more clever than DC with Superman by not actually dropping anything yet. There's so many plot leaks, and why I find it interesting, and this is a big L that James Gunn keeps taking, is you don't see Kevin Feige, you don't see the directors over at Marvel debunking any rumor, any kind of leak, any kind of scoop. It's bad, I think, that DC does it, because rumor mill, theories, they're all out the window if James Gunn keeps debunking them. And then realistically, you find out that Ultraman's in the movie and he's not really debunking them at all. So it's like, just do a Kevin Feige. Don't say anything. And also recently, there's a very bad video game came out called Marvel Rivals. It looks so tragic. They've just introduced, or they're just about to introduce, the Fantastic Four into Marvel Rivals. It's a game for non-gamers, basically, as I like to explain it. And people get triggered when I say that. And people are making too much noise about the way the Fantastic Four looks in Marvel Rivals. It's not canon to the MCU. I mean, they do look pretty cool, and it is cool that there is a Marvel game that seems to be doing well. I mean, well, subjective, but like I say, it's a video game for non-gamers. But I am really looking forward to the Fantastic Four, because as we know, it's set in a different reality. The end game is going to have to be to get back to the 616. I assume Galactus is not a one and done. I assume he's not going to appear until Secret Wars, potentially. Like I say, we know a lot about this movie without really knowing anything about this movie, which for me as a Marvel content creator, if you like, as a fan, it's quite exciting. And we've all heard the rumors of how the Fantastic Four movie is going to end, with Doctor Doom having some kind of origin story. I don't know, because the rumors are back and forth about Avengers Doomsday being his origin story. If Doom is very relatable and linked to the Fantastic Four, like he is in the comics, it would make sense for Doctor Doom to be from the same universe as the Fantastic Four members in the MCU, but we don't know. So that is it for this video. I do think it's kind of interesting that information came out about the team being disbanded and having to come back together when the Herald of Galactus, the Silver Surfer, comes to warn them that Galactus is coming. It's freaking insane. And yes, the test screening, although it's not an external, it's internal with Marvel employees, still testing pretty well. Trailer will be coming very, very soon. It's really hard to knuckle down exactly when the trailer comes, but there should be one by the Super Bowl. Movie doesn't come out till July. Trailer's not really needed, but Marvel does need to start marketing this movie now. They've already started to do it, technically. There's merchandise out everywhere, and we've not even got a first trailer. I think they are absolutely owning DC when it comes to Superman, because obviously it's Jurassic World, Superman, Fantastic Four, all coming out the same month. I think, like, Jurassic haven't released their trailer. I think Superman jumping the gun, it's got a lot of hype. They did it a bit too early. They peaked. They a bit too early. So like always, guys, let us know. I know what you're going to say. I'm hating. I'm not hating. It's satire. Sarcasm. I know if you're not English, you may not get what satire is or sarcasm. Maybe you will. But it's not that deep, lads. So like always, let us know. How excited are you to see Galactus and the Fantastic Four and the Silver Surfer and Mole Man? There's meant to be so many freaking villains in this movie. It's going to be insane. It's got to set up Doomsday. Doom's got to appear sometime, apparently. Reed, the Council of Reeds will also allegedly appear in that will be sick. And also Doctor Strange, because he's obviously the master of the multiverse in a way. So like always, guys, I'll catch you in another video, guys, very soon. Catch ya later.